Hi Flosstube, it's Karen, recovering monogamous stitcher. Welcome back for Flosstube number 7.5. And as I told you in Flosstube 7, I'm going to be giving you the detail shots of the Winter Wonderland quilt. This quilt design is by Meg Hockey of Crab Apple Hill Designs, and it's a very popular one. I've seen many pictures on the internet of this as a completed quilt. It was great fun to do. The blocks around the outside are scrappy reds and whites. Each block in the design is done as a large and as a medium and as small, and then they're repeated throughout. So you see repeats of the designs, but the size changes, and then I changed the fabrics. I made sure they weren't made in the same fabrics as they went around. So I'll get closer to it and show you details of the blocks going around, and then we'll look at details of the custom quilting on the inside also. Now I quilt on an APQS long arm machine. I have a Millie. It is entirely hand guided. I do not have a computer system on my quilting machine, so all of my quilting is hand guided. And I'm too short to show you the details there. There's continuous curve quilting, figure eight or wishbone down here. They call it figure eight or wishbone, and I repeated that in some of these long sashings to figure eight or wishbone. And where there was just a plain block, in each of those I did a feathered wreath. I think you can see that detail. And I'm just too short to show you all those. The loops, these are a beautiful fill. They're really make a pretty fill, and they're really like practicing your penmanship with E's and L's and things, you know, just like L, L, L. Back to my 5th grade penmanship class. Again, continuous curve on these this pinwheel, and I did a few little feathers in the pinwheel. Again, you see repeats of the designs. You see repeats of the designs. And there's another feathered wreath. Lots more continuous curve, wishbone as fillers, double lines. What I call a continuous curve is where it goes loop, doop, to doop, and doop, to doop, to doop. That's called continuous curve. And then I did loopy more of those L's and E's going around as if it were divided into triangles. Feathered wreath. Okay, this is getting to a height now where I can see it better. And another pinwheel. This one was in medium, and again, continuous curves around the triangles. Wishbone or figure eight along here. This is called candy, ribbon candy. You know, like that Christmas candy, ribbon candy. That's what the quilters call that. This has more continuous curve in the center, and the loop fills. Christmas candy. Ribbon candy, not Christmas candy. Loops, feathered wreath. Lots of repetition of the designs, gives continuity. And this is a quilt that was never intended to be on a bed or washed. It was always going to be displayed, so I didn't have to worry about what would happen to it in the wash. Again, you see the wishbone edging. Feathered wreath. Continuous curve. And then I alternated on this one with, you might call it matchstick. Some people call it refrigerator coils. Okay, there's more ribbon candy down here. Lots of continuous curve in that block, another feathered wreath. Okay. Continuous curve, more of those loops, the L's and E's. Ribbon candy, feathered wreath. Okay, let's look at the center. Okay, the top band in the center is the main part where the title comes from, Walking in a Winter Wonderland. It's called Winter Wonderland. I'll give you the overall. And then for custom quilting, I did lots of pebbles to indicate snow, snowflakes, big swirls to indicate wind blowing snow around. The floor is creaking. And then feather stitch divided the blocks. I had to relearn that. I had forgotten how to do that. I had to practice that a little bit. And then on this holly strip here, I did little quilting to indicate holly berries and stems. And repeat that, emphasize that idea. Okay, the next one down is Snowman Family. Again, lots of pebbling, quilting. You're going circle, 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 circle. There's a lot of thread in there. You don't want to make a mistake with that and run over top of someplace you don't want to quilt, because it takes a long time to dig that out. And then on the bottom, just indicating some drifted snow and feather stitching between. This one is the sledding. Again, lots of pebble stitching to indicate snow, and then this is indicating the hill that they're sledding on, and snow swirling as they're going along, and then the trails of where others have sledded. Snow Angel. I quilted the repeating lines around to indicate hopefully the motion of the movement of the arms and legs to make the snow angel. Skiing snowman, again, lots of pebbling. And quilting just to indicate the ski trails. And this one's snowball fight. Again, tried to indicate motion here and the airwaves as the snowball was thrown. Jump over here too. And this one, I had a hard time figuring out what to do in this because it's words. I couldn't figure out a picture. So I just did more swirly snow. Okay. This one, again, lots of pebbling, pebbling, and then just indicating drifting snow on the surface where they're walking. This final block is candy canes for sale. She's hanging out her candy canes to dry. Candy canes, 3 cents. So on the surface I indicated like drifts of snow, and then lots of pebbling, and then at the top I made like puffy clouds. Okay, so that is the tour of Winter Wonderland from Crabapple Hill Designs. Now this one went to the 2021 State Fair and got no love. The judge's comment said that it should lie straight along the edges. Okay, now when I was home, I thought, well, it looks straight. I don't think I need to block it, but I can tell there's a little curve. Yes, it should have been blocked. I did it to myself from being lazy. I thought it looked straight. Up there I can see a little wave That's the technical stuff that judges look for. The sides need to be straight. Mitered corners need to be 90 degrees. So I'm going to block this one and re-enter it again. Our grandsons went to the state fair with us and were looking at the quilts, and the quilt that got the blue ribbon in this category, which is holiday, was this same pattern. It was hand quilted, and so there wasn't nearly the quilting, because hand quilting you don't tend to fill in as solid as you do with machine quilting. And she got the blue ribbon, good for her. But my grandsons were standing down in the area of my quilt, and someone was looking at the quilt and said to no one in particular, that one should have gotten first place. And then they told me what they heard the lady say. So that was a nice comment to hear. But anyway, my fault for not blocking. I will block it and I will enter it again. That's Winter Wonderland. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon. Bye-bye.